Something is breaking inside the royal family, and the world can feel it. What once seemed like a fairy tale life is now filled with silence, distance, and quiet pain. The story of Prince William and Prince Harry was supposed to be one of strength, unity, and brotherhood. But now it is slowly becoming a story of sadness, misunderstandings, and lost trust. People who have followed the British royal family for years are noticing the change. The two brothers, once so close, are now barely speaking. They appear at public events, but something is missing. Their smiles don't reach their eyes anymore. Their body language is cold, and most of all, their silence speaks louder than any words. The world watched them grow up after the tragic death of their mother, Princess Diana. William and Harry were seen walking behind her coffin, heads bowed, the weight of grief on their small shoulders. That moment touched millions of hearts. It made them more than just princes, they became human. People admired the strength they showed as young boys. Everyone believed that this shared pain would always keep them close. For many years that seemed true. They attended events together, joked with each other in interviews, and supported each other in the spotlight. Harry often said that William was the only person who truly understood what he had gone through. William called Harry his best mate. They were not just brothers, they were a team. But something changed. Slowly, little signs of distance began to show. Rumors started appearing in the media. There were stories of arguments, differences in opinion, and moments of tension. At first, many believed it was just normal sibling behavior. After all, even royal brothers can have disagreements. But soon it became clear that this was more serious. When Harry married Meghan Markle, a new chapter began, and with it new challenges. Some reports said that William had warned Harry to slow down the relationship. Others claimed that Meghan did not feel welcomed by the royal family. Whether these things were true or not, the damage had started. And with time, the gap between the brothers grew wider. Then came the bombshell interview with Oprah. Harry and Meghan shared personal stories about their struggles within the royal family. They spoke about mental health, racism, and feeling unsupported. It shocked the world. But more than that, it hurt the family deeply, especially Prince William. In one short moment, years of private emotions and family matters became public. William responded to the interview by saying, "We are very much not a racist family," but that was all he said. There was no big public argument, no statements back and forth. But the silence said everything. The damage was not just media drama, it was real, personal, and painful. Behind palace doors, sources said that Prince Charles was heartbroken. The Queen was sad, and Princess Anne remained quiet. But the biggest break was between the two brothers. They began living almost completely separate lives. Different countries, different paths, different priorities. William focused on his role as the future king. He became more serious, more responsible. Harry moved to the United States, started his own family, and took a different path away from royal duties, titles, and tradition. To some it seemed brave, to others it felt like betrayal. But no matter how people saw it, one thing was certain: the closeness between William and Harry had disappeared. Public events became awkward. At Prince Philip's funeral, the world waited to see if the brothers would speak. They did, but briefly. There were no warm gestures. Just polite words, short and stiff. The same happened during the Queen's funeral. Everyone hoped for a moment of reunion. Instead, there was only tension. People began asking what really happened between them. Could this rift be healed? Was it just about Meghan, or was it something deeper? That's where the story begins to take a more mysterious turn. Because now we are learning that there may have been one person who saw it all, felt the weight of it, and kept quiet until now. Princess Anne. She has always been known for her loyalty, her silence, and her strength. She avoids drama, and doesn't speak to the press often. So when someone like Princess Anne decides to reveal something, it means it's important, and what she has to say could change everything we thought we knew. Before his passing, King Charles had a final wish, a personal hope for his sons. A wish that he shared with only a few close family members. Princess Anne was one of them. And now, as time moves forward and the royal family continues to face challenges, she feels it's time to speak. What was this final wish? Why did the king share it in private? And what impact will it have on William and Harry, two brothers who once stood united in grief, and now stand worlds apart? This is not just a royal story. It is a human one. It is about love, loss, pride, and pain. It's about a family that was always expected to stay strong in public, even when they were falling apart in private. It's about the pressure of tradition, the weight of duty, and the cost of silence. The royal rift is no longer just a headline. It is now a deep wound, one that may only heal if the truth is told, and if the people involved are willing to face it. What Princess Anne is about to reveal could either bring peace or make the divide even worse. The royal family has always been seen as the perfect image of strength and unity. But what happens when that unity starts to break apart? Prince William and Prince Harry, once known as a close and loving pair of brothers, now seem worlds apart. Their bond, which seemed unbreakable for so long, is now fragile, and their relationship is strained. To understand the impact of their rift, we have to look deeper into their history, their shared experiences, and the heavy weight they both carry as members of the royal family. For many, the story of William and Harry is not just about being princes. It's about two young boys growing up in front of the world, bound together by a shared experience of losing their mother at such a young age. Princess Diana's death in 1997 left an indelible mark on both brothers. The world watched as they walked behind her coffin, their small faces filled with sorrow. This moment is one that will forever be etched in the hearts of millions of people. It was the moment that shaped their childhoods and the way the public saw them. They were not just the sons of the future. They were two grieving children, and the world empathized with them. In the years that followed, William and Harry seemed to become stronger together. They leaned on each other through the difficult moments, supporting one another as they grew older and faced the pressures of royal life. For many, their bond was one of the few things that remained constant in the ever-changing world of the British monarchy. But as the years passed, things started to shift. The first cracks began to appear when Harry entered a relationship with Meghan Markle. To many, this seemed like a new chapter in Harry's life, one where he was finally finding happiness and independence. But to others, particularly William, it raised concerns. William, who had always been more reserved and traditional, seemed worried about how quickly the relationship was progressing. He tried to give his brother advice, but Harry didn't seem to listen. The tension between them started to build. The media had a field day, reporting on everything from Harry's relationship to the supposed tension between the two brothers. People began to wonder if Harry was rushing into things, or if William was simply being overprotective. What was clear, however, was that the brothers were no longer seeing eye to eye. The closeness that had once defined their relationship was starting to fade. When Harry and Meghan's relationship moved quickly to marriage, the public reaction was mixed. Some people were thrilled to see the younger prince finding love with someone who was not of royal blood. But there were also those who questioned the speed of their relationship. William, who had always been the more cautious one, was reportedly concerned about how Meghan would fit into the royal family. He had always been careful about the public image of the monarchy, and he worried that Meghan, with her Hollywood background, might cause more problems than she was worth. But this tension wasn't just about Meghan, it was about how the brothers were changing. William was growing into his role as the future king, and that came with its own set of responsibilities. He had to think about the monarchy, its traditions, and its future. His role demanded a sense of duty and seriousness that Harry, who was less interested in the pressures of royal life, didn't seem to share. Harry wanted more freedom. He wanted to live his life on his own terms, and Meghan represented that freedom for him. As the months went by, it became clear that the brothers were drifting further apart. The gap between their lives was widening, and their once unbreakable bond was becoming strained. The media made things worse, reporting on every detail of their lives and feeding into the narrative that they were at odds. But it wasn't just the media that was causing the rift, it was the fundamental differences in their personalities and priorities. Harry's decision to step back from his royal duties in 2020 was the turning point. It shocked the world. He and Meghan made the choice to live independently of the royal family, moving to North America and starting a new life. For many, this was seen as a brave step toward freedom and personal happiness. But for William and the rest of the royal family, it was a painful moment. They had spent years building the monarchy's image, and Harry's departure felt like a betrayal. It wasn't just about the duties he was leaving behind, it was about the family, the tradition, and the history they shared. William, who had always been taught to carry the weight of the crown, felt abandoned by his brother. The public split only worsened when Harry and Meghan gave their infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021. In that interview, Harry and Meghan shared details about their struggles with the royal family, including accusations of racism and a lack of support. The interview was explosive. It shocked the world and left the royal family in turmoil. William, especially, was hurt by what Harry had said. His statement that the royal family was not a racist family was a clear sign of the pain and confusion he felt. But despite his public response, it was clear that the relationship between the brothers had reached a breaking point. What followed was a period of deep silence. The brothers didn't communicate publicly, and the royal family kept a low profile. The media continued to speculate, but no one knew for sure what was going on behind closed doors. The tension was palpable. People began to wonder if this was the end of the royal brothers' bond. Would they ever reconcile? Would they be able to heal the wounds that had been caused over the years? The silence grew louder as time went on. When Prince Philip passed away in 2021, the world watched to see if the brothers would come together to mourn the loss of their grandfather. There was a glimmer of hope when they appeared together at the funeral, but the interaction was cold and brief. The interaction was cold and brief. The brothers' body language was telling, they were not the same. The warmth that had once defined their relationship was gone, replaced by a distance that was hard to ignore. This public divide was not just about two brothers, it was about the monarchy itself. The royal family, long seen as a symbol of unity and strength, was now facing a crisis. The rift between William and Harry was a reflection of the challenges the monarchy was facing as a whole. The world was watching, and the future of the royal family seemed uncertain. What caused this rift? Was it just about Harry's relationship with Meghan? Or was there something deeper, something that had been building for years? The answer may lie in the final wishes of their father, King Charles, a wish that could shed light on what really happened between the two brothers. But for now, the tension remains. The world is left waiting for answers, hoping that the bond between William and Harry can somehow be repaired. The royal family is a world of its own, public yet private, full of expectations but silent about what happens behind the palace walls. Over the years, the world has come to know Prince William and Prince Harry, but there's another member of the royal family who has always remained in the shadows, watching, observing, and rarely speaking out. That person is Princess Anne, the Queen's only daughter. Princess Anne has always been known for her quiet strength and loyalty to the crown. Unlike other members of the royal family, she doesn't seek the spotlight, she doesn't enjoy public attention, and often prefers to keep her personal thoughts to herself. For most of her life, Princess Anne has kept her opinions private, especially when it comes to family matters. She's the kind of person who says little but carries a lot of weight in the family, so when Princess Anne decides to speak, it's a big deal. Her words have meaning. Her silence speaks volumes, but her decision to break that silence carries even more. For years, Princess Anne has been the silent observer, watching as the royal family went through public ups and downs. She's seen it all, the family's joys and its struggles. From the early days of her brother Charles' marriage to Princess Diana, to the ups and downs of the monarchy, and now to the growing divide between her nephews Prince William and Prince Harry. Through it all, Princess Anne remained calm, collected, and mostly quiet. She has never been one for public displays of emotion or drama, but like everyone else in the family, she has been deeply affected by the rift between her two nephews. Why has Princess Anne decided to speak now? What has prompted her to break her silence? There could be many reasons, but one thing is clear: the situation has reached a point where silence is no longer an option. For Princess Anne, the royal family's future is on the line. If the rift between William and Harry continues to deepen, it could have lasting consequences for the monarchy. She knows that the family is at a crossroads, and this may be the moment to say something important. The royal family, like any family, has its internal struggles. But for a family that has always been in the public eye, those struggles are magnified. Every argument, every disagreement, every moment of tension is scrutinized by the media. What was once private is now public. The royal family has always tried to present a united front to the world, but the cracks are starting to show. Princess Anne, more than anyone, understands the importance of unity. She understands the pressure of being part of a family that is expected to be perfect, but she also knows that perfection is not possible. Every family has its issues, and sometimes those issues need to be addressed. Princess Anne's role in the royal family has always been one of responsibility. She's the one who works tirelessly for the crown, attending numerous events and duties without complaint. Unlike her brothers, she doesn't have the same public profile, and she doesn't seek it. She's been content to serve in the background, always there but never in the spotlight. But just because she doesn't seek attention doesn't mean she doesn't have an opinion. In many ways, Princess Anne has always been the rock of the family. She is known for her practicality, her no-nonsense attitude, and her deep sense of duty. She has a clear understanding of what it means to be part of the royal family, and she has always carried out her duties with grace and dedication. But now, as the family faces its biggest crisis in decades, Princess Anne's role is more important than ever. Her decision to speak out could be the turning point the family needs to heal. What makes Princess Anne's silence so powerful is that she has never been one to air the family's dirty laundry. She has always kept her thoughts to herself, letting the world speculate on what's really going on behind closed doors. But now, it seems she feels the need to reveal what she knows. What is it that has led her to speak up now? Is it the growing tension between her brother Prince Charles and his sons? Is it the rift between William and Harry that shows no sign of healing? Or is it something deeper, something that has been simmering for years but has only now come to the surface? The fact that Princess Anne is breaking her silence is a sign that the situation is dire. The royal family is at a critical moment. The rift between William and Harry is not just a private family issue, it has become a public spectacle, with every new development being covered in the media. The royal family has always had to balance public duty with private life, but this divide between the brothers is threatening to tear them apart. The family's unity, which has always been a symbol of strength, is being tested in ways it never has before. Princess Anne knows the importance of the monarchy's survival. She understands that the future of the royal family depends on how the current generation of royals handles this crisis. The monarchy's survival depends on unity, on working together as a family. If William and Harry cannot reconcile, it could have far-reaching consequences for the family. The royal family is not just a group of individuals, it is a symbol of stability for the nation. And if the family cannot hold together, what does that say about the monarchy itself? Princess Anne's decision to speak out is not just about the rift between William and Harry, it's about the future of the royal family, it's about preserving the legacy of the monarchy and ensuring that it continues to be a unifying force for the country. But her decision to break her silence also raises more questions. What does she know about the king's final wish? What did King Charles want for his sons before he passed away? And why is Princess Anne the one who is now revealing this information? The truth may be more complicated than anyone expects. Princess Anne's words may shed light on the true nature of the royal family's struggles, and they may reveal deeper secrets that have been hidden for years. But what's clear is that her decision to speak is a sign of the urgency of the situation. The royal family is at a crossroads, and Princess Anne's words could be the key to understanding what happens next. As we wait for her to reveal what she knows, one thing is certain: the royal family will never be the same. The silence has been broken, and the world is watching to see what will happen next. Will Princess Anne's words help heal the rift between William and Harry, or will they only drive them further apart? The answer may lie in the truth she is about to reveal. There is a growing sense of anticipation among the public and the royal family alike. After years of silence, Princess Anne is finally ready to reveal something that could change everything. The quiet observer, the one who has always kept to the background, is now stepping forward to shed light on a crucial moment in the family's history. What she has to say could answer questions that have been lingering for years. The question is, what has Princess Anne learned about the king's final wish, and why is she speaking out now? For many, the royal family has always been a symbol of duty, strength, and tradition. It has weathered countless storms, from scandals to personal tragedies, yet it has always managed to maintain a sense of unity. But behind closed doors, the family has always faced its struggles. Some of those struggles are well known, such as the bitter divorce between Prince Charles and Princess Diana, while others are hidden away from the public eye. But now, with the growing tension between Prince William and Prince Harry, and the weight of King Charles' final days, the cracks in the family's unity are becoming impossible to ignore. Princess Anne has always been a steady presence in the royal family. She's never been one to seek attention or to court controversy. Instead, she has always focused on her work, carrying out her royal duties with quiet grace. But now, she feels the need to speak. Why? What has pushed her to come forward at this critical moment? The answer lies in her deep understanding of the monarchy and the importance of family unity. As the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, Princess Anne has always been close to both sides of the royal family. She has seen it all, the ups, the downs, and the moments of personal heartache that the public never sees. But throughout it all, she has kept her thoughts and feelings to herself. She knows how fragile the royal family's unity is, and she has always believed that it's best to keep private matters private. But with the rift between William and Harry threatening the very foundation of the monarchy, Princess Anne understands that silence may no longer be an option. The king's final wish is something that has remained a closely guarded secret, something known only to a few members of the royal family. King Charles, as the head of the monarchy, understood better than anyone the weight of his position. He knew that the future of the royal family rested on the shoulders of his sons, but what was his final wish for them? Was it a call for unity, or was it a warning of things to come? Why has Princess Anne waited until now to reveal what she knows? For years the public has speculated about the relationship between William and Harry, wondering if they would ever reconcile. They were once so close, two brothers who had been through unimaginable grief together, but over time, their paths diverged. Harry stepped away from royal duties, choosing a life in America with his wife Meghan Markle. William, on the other hand, embraced his role as the future king, carrying the weight of the monarchy on his shoulders. As their lives grew further apart, so did their bond. The rift between them seemed inevitable, but what caused it? Was it just the pressures of royal life, or was there something deeper at play? Now, as Princess Anne prepares to speak, it's clear that she believes the king's final wish holds the key to understanding the tension between William and Harry. She knows that her brothers, Charles and Andrew, have always struggled with their own relationships with their children, but the situation between William and Harry seems to be different. The weight of the monarchy, the expectations placed on them, and the personal struggles they have faced have all contributed to the growing divide. But what did their father, King Charles, wish for them in his final days? What was his hope for their future, and what did he want them to understand about the family's legacy? Princess Anne has always been the most pragmatic member of the royal family. She's never been one for drama or emotional outbursts. Instead, she has always approached the monarchy with a sense of duty and practicality. But now, as she reflects on her father's final wishes, she understands that it's time to break her silence. The family is at a crossroads, and the decisions made in the coming months could determine the future of the royal family for generations to come. By speaking out now, Princess Anne is not just sharing a secret, she is offering a glimpse into the royal family's most private moments. She knows that the public has been waiting for answers, and she is ready to provide them. But what she reveals could change everything. Will her words help heal the rift between William and Harry, or will they make it worse? The truth about the king's final wish could be the key to understanding what really happened between the brothers, and why they are so divided. As Princess Anne prepares to speak, there is a sense of uncertainty in the air. The future of the royal family hangs in the balance. Will the revelation of the king's final wish bring the family closer together, or will it create even more tension? Princess Anne's decision to break her silence is a sign that the stakes are higher than ever. The royal family's legacy is at risk, and this is a moment that could shape the future of the monarchy. What will Princess Anne say? What has she learned about her father's final thoughts on his sons, and how will her revelation impact the future of the royal family? These questions are on everyone's mind, and the answers may be closer than we think. The world is waiting, and Princess Anne's words could change everything. For years the royal family has been a symbol of strength and unity, but in recent times, that unity has been tested like never before. The rift between William and Harry is just one example of the challenges the monarchy faces in the modern world. But as Princess Anne prepares to speak, it's clear that there is still hope for reconciliation. The king's final wish could be the key to bringing the family back together, and Princess Anne's words may be the catalyst that sparks the change the royal family desperately needs. As the world waits for Princess Anne to speak, one thing is certain: the future of the royal family will never be the same. Will this revelation bring healing and unity, or will it create even more division? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: the world will be watching, waiting for the truth to unfold. As Princess Anne prepares to share the truth, the air is thick with anticipation. The royal family, once a symbol of unity and stability, is facing one of its most challenging moments. The rift between Prince William and Prince Harry has reached new heights, and the future of the monarchy seems uncertain. What could Princess Anne say that could change everything? The key lies in the king's final wish, a request made by King Charles before his death that has remained a closely guarded secret. Now, as Anne is ready to speak, the world holds its breath, wondering what this final wish could mean for the family and the monarchy. For years, the public has seen the royal family through a lens of tradition, grandeur, and public service. The monarchy has always been expected to maintain a sense of unity despite personal struggles and disagreements. But behind the scenes, there have been cracks in the foundation. The tension between Prince William and Prince Harry has become impossible to ignore. Their once strong bond now seems shattered, and the media constantly speculates about the reasons behind their growing divide. As the two brothers struggle to find common ground, there's a question that has remained unanswered: what did King Charles want for them in his final moments? What did he hope for his sons, and what did he wish for the future of the royal family? The king's final wish has remained a mystery, but now Princess Anne is prepared to shed light on it. What could this wish mean for the future of the monarchy, and how might it influence the brothers' strained relationship? For those who have watched the royal family closely, this revelation is the key to understanding not only the king's thoughts, but also the future of the monarchy itself. As Princess Anne reveals the king's last wish, the world is left to wonder: will it heal the rift between William and Harry, or will it only deepen the divide? Princess Anne, known for her practical nature and quiet strength, has always been a steady presence in the royal family. She has never sought the spotlight, preferring instead to serve the crown with dedication and duty. Unlike her siblings, Anne has kept much of her personal life and thoughts to herself, allowing the public to see only what she chooses to share. But the situation has changed. The growing tension between her nephews, William and Harry, has reached a point where she feels compelled to speak out. She knows that the royal family is at a crossroads, and the future of the monarchy depends on how this crisis is handled. King Charles, as the head of the royal family, was always aware of the weight of his responsibilities. He understood that the monarchy was not just about tradition and pomp, it was about people. It was about the family behind the crown. In his final days, Charles knew that the relationship between his sons was fragile. The growing divide between William and Harry had not gone unnoticed by him. He had always hoped that his sons would work together to preserve the legacy of the monarchy. But as time passed, it became clear that their paths were diverging. What did Charles want for them? What did he hope they would learn before it was too late? Princess Anne, as the daughter of the king and a trusted member of the family, likely had a unique insight into his final thoughts. She would have been among those closest to him in his final days. As she prepares to reveal the king's wish, the world wonders: what did Charles say about his sons? What did he hope would happen between them? Was there a particular message that he wanted to pass on to William and Harry? The king's final wish is not just about the family's future, it is about the monarchy itself. The royal family represents a symbol of continuity, stability, and national identity. The monarchy has been a constant throughout British history, providing a sense of unity for the country. But now, as the family faces its own struggles, the future of the monarchy seems uncertain. The rift between William and Harry is not just a family issue, it is a matter of public concern. People all over the world are watching, wondering what will happen next. Will the monarchy survive this crisis, or will the divisions within the royal family lead to its downfall? Princess Anne's decision to speak about the king's final wish is a pivotal moment. She knows that this revelation has the potential to change everything. It could offer a glimpse into the mind of the king during his last days and provide the answers to questions that have been lingering for months. What did King Charles want for his sons, and how might his wishes impact the relationship between William and Harry? The timing of Princess Anne's revelation is also significant. With the royal family under intense public scrutiny, now is the moment when the truth must come to light. The world has been waiting for answers, and Anne's words could offer a sense of closure for those who have been following the story. But what will those answers reveal? Will they bring the family together, or will they drive them further apart? The king's final wish is a mystery that has captivated the public for some time. As Princess Anne prepares to reveal what her father hoped for, there is a sense of hope and curiosity in the air. Could his wish be the key to reconciling his sons? Could it offer a path forward for the royal family, one that leads to healing and unity? Or will it be too little too late? Princess Anne has always been known for her level-headedness and her sense of duty. She is not one to act impulsively or speak without careful consideration. Her decision to reveal the king's final wish is a deliberate one, made with the knowledge that the royal family needs this moment of clarity. The monarchy is at a crossroads, and the truth about King Charles' final thoughts could be the turning point. But what if the king's wish is not what the public expects? What if it's not a call for unity, but a recognition of the family's deep divisions? Could the king's final wish be a message that even he had given up hope for reconciliation? As the world waits for Princess Anne's revelation, one thing is certain: the royal family will never be the same. The king's last wish holds the key to understanding not only the future of the monarchy, but also the future of Prince William and Prince Harry. The question is, what will that future look like? Will the brothers find a way to heal their rift and rebuild their relationship, or will the divisions between them prove too deep to overcome? Princess Anne's decision to speak now, to reveal what she knows about her father's final moments, is a game changer. It is a moment of truth, one that could have far-reaching consequences for the royal family. As the public waits for answers, the stakes could not be higher. What will Princess Anne reveal, and how will it affect the future of the monarchy? The royal family has always been a symbol of tradition, duty, and strength. For decades they have stood as a beacon of stability, guiding the nation through countless challenges. But now, as the rift between Prince William and Prince Harry continues to grow, the future of the royal family seems uncertain. The once unified front is now fractured, and with Princess Anne's revelation of the king's final wish, everything is about to change. The question that everyone is asking is, what does the future of the monarchy hold? The royal family has faced many crises before, but this moment feels different. The division between William and Harry isn't just a private family matter, it has become a public spectacle, with the world watching closely to see what will happen next. The tension between the two brothers has been building for years, and now, with the passing of King Charles and Princess Anne's decision to speak out, the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. The question on everyone's mind is simple: will the royal family be able to overcome this crisis and move forward together, or is this the beginning of the end? Princess Anne's words carry a heavy weight. For so long she has remained silent, observing the family dynamics from a distance. She has never been one to seek attention or create drama. But now, with the royal family at a crossroads, Anne feels the need to speak. She knows that the truth about her father's final wish could be the key to healing the rift between William and Harry. The king's last wish, she believes, holds the answers to the questions that have been plaguing the family for years. But what exactly did King Charles want for his sons? And what does it mean for the royal family's future? As Princess Anne prepares to share what she knows, the world waits with bated breath. Could the king's final wish be the key to reuniting the brothers? Or will it only push them further apart? The stakes are high, and the impact of her words could change everything. If the royal family can't find a way to move past their differences, what happens to the monarchy? Will it be able to survive the growing divisions within its own ranks? The rift between William and Harry has been building for years, and it's hard to ignore how much it has affected the royal family's public image. The brothers, once inseparable, now seem worlds apart. Their paths have diverged, and their relationship has been strained by personal and professional differences. William, as the future king, has embraced his royal duties, while Harry has chosen a different path, stepping away from royal life and starting a new chapter with his wife Meghan Markle. Their public disagreements, their different approaches to life, and their contrasting views on royal responsibilities have fueled the divide between them. At the heart of this tension lies the question of the monarchy's future. Prince William is set to become king, but what does that future look like if the royal family is torn apart? Can the monarchy survive if the family itself is divided? The public wants to know, will the next generation of royals be able to work together and carry the weight of the crown, or will the divisions between them lead to irreparable damage? Princess Anne's decision to speak now is a pivotal moment for the royal family. She understands better than anyone the importance of unity within the family, not just for personal reasons, but for the sake of the monarchy itself. A monarchy has always relied on the strength of the family bond, and if that bond weakens, the entire institution could be at risk. The royal family's ability to work together and present a united front to the world is more important than ever, and Princess Anne knows this. She knows that her words could offer a chance for healing, for reconciliation, and for a brighter future for the monarchy. But will her revelation be enough? The divide between William and Harry runs deep, and it's hard to imagine how their relationship could ever return to what it once was. The pressure of their roles, the weight of expectations, and their personal struggles have all contributed to the current state of affairs. Yet, Princess Anne's revelation could be the catalyst for change. If King Charles' final wish holds a message of unity, of reconciliation, it could be just what the brothers need to hear to find common ground once again. However, there is a real possibility that the king's last wish won't provide the answers the family is hoping for. What if the king's wish is not one of reconciliation, but one of acceptance, accepting that the brothers' paths are simply too different to ever reunite? What if the king's final thoughts reflect a deeper understanding that the royal family must evolve, that the monarchy must adapt to the changing world? What if the future of the monarchy lies in the hands of a new generation of royals, one that might look very different from the past? As the world waits for Princess Anne to reveal what she knows, there's a sense of tension in the air. The future of the royal family is uncertain, and the public is eager for answers. The king's final wish could offer the clarity that everyone has been searching for, but it could also raise more questions. What does this wish say about the future of the monarchy? Is it a message of hope, or is it a recognition that the royal family's best days are behind them? Princess Anne's role in all of this is crucial. She has long been seen as a steady and reliable figure within the royal family, someone who understands the importance of duty and tradition. Her decision to speak now is a sign that the royal family must confront the challenges they are facing head-on. The rift between William and Harry cannot be ignored, and the future of the monarchy depends on how this situation is handled. If the family can't come together, the monarchy may be left to struggle on its own. As Princess Anne speaks, the world will listen closely. The future of the monarchy, the future of the royal family, and the future of Prince William and Prince Harry all depend on the words that will soon be revealed. What will Princess Anne say? Will it be a message of hope, of unity, or will it be a stark reminder of the challenges the royal family faces? The royal family's future is unfolding before our eyes. The coming days, weeks, and months will reveal whether the family can heal the wounds that have divided them for so long. Princess Anne's revelation is just the beginning. The world will be watching, waiting for the royal family to decide what kind of future they want for themselves and for the monarchy.